global business is changing rapidly, as is the way we live and work. As we all adapt to the new normal, Thailand is opening its doors to the world, offering an environment that is supercharged to help pioneering businesses succeed. A nation renowned for its breathtaking natural beauty and welcoming smiles, Thailand is making it easier than ever for talented and affluent people to live and work in the country with its new long-term resident visa. Strategically located in the heart of Southeast Asia, Thailand is a gateway to the region, thanks to significant investment in roads, rail, sea, and air, enabling efficient links to global markets. Modern digital infrastructure enables faster connectivity, while innovation areas and science parks work on the next technological breakthroughs, and the country's strong industrial supply chains help assure business continuity. On top of that, Thailand's Eastern Economic Corridor has been formed to provide a smart business ecosystem for global leaders to build upon. When combined with Thailand's rich natural resources, skilled workforce and government support, these advantages are fueling growth in key industries that prioritize sustainable thinking and the next generation of cutting-edge products and services. Be part of this open and supercharged business landscape in Thailand.
Hello and welcome to today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to give everyone just a few moments to join and then we'll get started. Hello and welcome to today's webinar hosted by Thailand Board of Investments, Los Angeles and New York offices. Today's webinar is Thailand as a Regional Headquarter Destination, HQ Biz Portal. My name is Mary Martins and I am Senior Consultant for OCO Global. We are an FDI and trade consultancy firm based in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and we're currently representing the BOI Los Angeles office with lead generation services. A few points of housekeeping before I make introductions. Please keep your microphones muted during the entire presentation. Should you have any questions throughout, please use either the chat function or the Q&A function. A BOI representative is waiting to answer your questions in real time. Today, we will be joined by panelists from Thailand Board of Investment, the Revenue Department, and Tyson Foods. Before I introduce our panelists, I would like to introduce Mr. Nirucha Richupan, Senior Executive Investment Advisor for Thailand Board of Investment, who will give the opening remarks. Mr. Richupan, please proceed with your opening remarks.
Thank you. So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Sawadee krab. Thank you all for joining us. First of all, I would like to extend a sincere welcome, all of you, to our webinar, Thailand as a Regional Headquarter Destination, HQ Biz Portal today. Thailand certainly has a proven track record working with foreign investors to create highly successful regional and global businesses. Over the past 50 years, government strategies and BOI privileges have helped develop Thailand into the world's 10th largest automaker and 13th biggest electrical and electronics manufacturer, a well-known manufacturing hub in the region. In recent years, Thailand has also emerged as a dynamic and attractive destination for regional headquarters, drawing the attention of multinational companies and investors worldwide. The country is strategically located at the heart of Southeast Asia, with its well-developed infrastructure, excellent connectivity, and a business-friendly environment. These factors, combined with its rich cultural heritage, vibrant economy, and a skilled workforce, have positioned Thailand as an attractive and leading destination for multinational corporations seeking to establish their regional presence. Since 2015, over 300 multinational companies have taken advantage of incentives offered by the Thailand Board of Investment to make the country their international hubs. U.S. energy major ExxonMobil Corporation, Europe's leading tire maker, Michelin, the Japanese company that invented instant noodles, Nissin Foods, are among others that have also chosen Thailand as their regional headquarters. During this webinar, our distinguished panel of experts will shed light on the country's robust legal and regulatory framework, investment opportunities, tax incentives, and the support provided by the Thai government to facilitate smooth business operations, especially the new HQ Biz portal, which is an integrated service set up in close coordination with other Thai regulators to provide swift and convenient support to international companies seeking to set up regional management operations in the country. Moreover, we will learn about the success story of Tyson Foods that had established their regional headquarters in Thailand and has reaped the benefits of this strategic move. Our goal today is to provide you with valuable insight and practical knowledge that will enable you to make informed decisions when considering Thailand as your regional headquarters destination. Whether you represent a multinational corporation exploring new avenues for growth or an investor seeking exciting opportunities, this webinar will equip you with the necessary information to navigate the business landscape in Thailand successfully. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let's embark on this enlightening journey together and discover the remarkable prospects that await those who chose Thailand as their gateway to Asian market. I wish you all have a very successful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Richapan. Now we will be joined by Ms. Warakan Nakosit, Senior Investment Promotion Officer for the Thailand Board of Investment, who will discuss the HQ Biz portal.
Okay, good morning, สวัสดีค่ะ ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to introduce you to the regional headquarters scheme promoted by the Thailand Board of Investment, or BOI. In this presentation, I will give some information on the International Business Center scheme and its incentive and conditions, followed by a service of HQ Biz portal, a long-term residence visa scheme. So now let's get started. As everyone knows, Thailand, strategically located at the heart of the ASEAN region, has become a highly attractive destination for international businesses looking to set up their presence at a gateway to Asian market. Over time, Thailand has transformed into more than just a manufacturing hub for global company. It has also become the chosen home for these company regional headquarters. This is precisely why Thailand Board of Investment, or BOI, as the government agency, has been actively promoting the regional headquarters scheme since 2000. The goal is to attract more national companies to Thailand and enhance the country's competitiveness as a regional headquarters and business hub in Asia. And currently, the BOI promotes regional headquarters through the International Business Center Scheme, or IBC. And under this scheme, companies are able to provide services to their group companies located overseas or within Thailand. Additionally, the BOI allows trading activities within IBC scheme as well, granting companies access to regional market for the buying and selling products. So I think this is good opportunity for companies to explore the market in this region and trade in the wide range of goods, including raw materials, parts, components, and finished goods. However, there is certain limitation when it comes to selling activities. If company wish to sell products within Thailand, we only permit wholesale operations. On the other hand, for export, there is no such limitation. Companies can have the freedom to engage in both retail and wholesale activities. And according to the definition given by the Ministry of Commerce of Thailand, wholesale doesn't mean selling products in the large quantities, but wholesale actually means selling products like raw materials, parts, and components to manufacturers for the production of finished goods, or selling products including finished goods to distributors, rather than selling directly to the end consumers or end users. And according to our criteria, associate or group companies are those that hold at least 25% of total shares in each other, either directly or indirectly, or have the power to control or supervise the operation management, like the picture shown in this slide. Now let's discuss the services covered by IBC. The IBC enables promoted companies provide a range of services to their clients. Currently, there are 13 main activities promoted under this category shown in this slide. So from number 1, general business management, business planning, to number 13 here, office building, rental service to your group company. And the activity number 14 here, we are also open to considering additional services beyond these 13 activities based on the company's requirement in the future. And as the main purpose of IBC is to provide services within group company. In this case, clients of IBC must be group companies only. However, for international trade business or activity number 11 here, involving wholesale products, clients can be anyone, not limited to your group companies. And now let's explore more about the requirement and benefits for IBC. In order to qualify as an IBC, company must fulfill certain requirements. The first condition is that the company must invest at least 1 million baht, or about 30,000 US dollars, in buying asset dedicated to IBC operation, and such as computers, office equipment, or office renovation costs. And the next condition is that the company must have at least 10 million baht for registered capital, or about 0.3 million US dollars. And the company must employ at least 10 skilled workers, including local expat and employees, to work for IBC. Moreover, as the IBC main purpose is to function as regional headquarters, companies planning to provide specific activities like international trade, rental service, or loan service must first have at least one activity related to group management or advisory in place. And the activity that I mentioned are listed in the previous slide from number 1 to number 10. And now let's turn to the BOI incentives. Company promoted under IBC scheme have the right to hold a majority or 100 foreign shares, and they also receive a 4 years visa and work permits for expat to work for IBC, along with the right to own land for IBC use. In addition, these companies can enjoy the exemption from import duties on machinery or equipment used for research and development and training activities under the IBC scheme. And now let's turn to our new policy. BOI has recently introduced a new measure called a relocation program. The main objective of this program is to encourage business to undertake a complete relocation of their operations to Thailand. This includes not only manufacturing activities, but also the setup of regional headquarters and R&D centers. Basically, when company invests in some manufacturing activities listed by BOI, they become eligible for a corporate income tax exemption. However, the corporate income tax exemption vary depending on the types of manufacturing activity undertaken. In the new relocation program, company that set up the regional headquarters and R&D center, in addition to their manufacturing activities, will receive extended tax exemption periods for their manufacturing operation. Suppose a company apply for manufacturing activities and qualify for 3 years corporate income tax exemption as a standard package from BOI. If they also incorporate the regional headquarter activity under IBC here, their tax exemption period will be extended to be 6 years, 3 years plus 3 years. Moreover, if they further include an R&D center activity alongside the IBC, their tax exemption period will be extended even further, totaling 8 years. It means you will get 5 additional years on top with the basic 3 years package. And then, as I mentioned earlier, IBC mainly provides services to group company. So if company want to offer services to customer other than group companies, they can choose another category called Trade and Investment Support Office or TISO instead of IBC. TISO provide a wider range of services shown in this slide. For example, business advisory, engineering technical services, and even international business process outsourcing or IBPO. This allows companies in the TISO category to serve broader customers besides group companies. However, the requirement for qualifying as the TISO category are slightly different from IBC conditions. To be eligible for TISO, company must invest a minimum of 1 million baht, just like the condition for IBC. In addition, TISO requires an annual selling and administrative expense of 10 million baht. And these are the example of the selling and administrative expense. And now let's see about BOI incentives for TISO. Company will receive non-tax incentive, including the right to have the majority or total foreign ownership, the visa and work permit facilitation, and also the right to own land used for TISO project. And this slide shows the difference between IBC and TISO. The main distinction is the target group of customers they serve. If the company mainly provides services to associated company, they should choose IBC. But if the company plans to provide services to associated company and other customer outside the group, TISO would be the better choice. However, it is important to remember that IBC and TISO have different conditions and incentives. So company need to consider the conditions they can meet and the incentives that they would like to get when deciding which category to apply for. Apart from specific conditions for applying to BOI promotion categories like IBC or TISO, company must also follow the basic condition set by the BOI for all activities, including manufacturing and service activities. Besides a minimum investment of 1 million baht that I mentioned earlier, all equipment used in BOI project needs to be new. And in addition, when applying for a new BOI project, the debt to equity ratio must be less than 3:1. This condition ensures a company's healthy financial structure. And as mentioned earlier in my presentation, the Thai government has been actively promoting the regional headquarters scheme. In the process of setting up regional headquarters besides BOI, there are other government agencies that play important roles in IBC scheme and work in collaboration with the BOI to ensure a smooth process for companies setting up their regional headquarters in Thailand. Starting with the BOI, we offer non-tax incentives to promoted companies, while the Revenue Department provides the tax incentive. And the Bank of Thailand facilitates the licensing of treasury centers within the IBC scheme, and the Department of Business Development under the Ministry of Commerce handles the company registration and foreign business license and certificate. In addition to license and incentives provided by the 4 government agencies in the previous slide, we have recently launched the HQBIZ portal in March of this year. This platform provides a valuable resource and gateway to the information for those interested in setting up the regional headquarters in Thailand. Through the HQBIZ portal, investors can access the essential information for setting up regional headquarters, including guidance on applying for business license and incentives, as well as up-to-date news and policy from the 4 government agencies involved. Moreover, investors can easily request consultation services using our online booking system in the HQBIZ portal. And one of the advantages for using booking online system here is that the companies can have the flexibility to choose between online meetings or on-site meeting at one-stop service center located at the center of Bangkok. And the meetings are customized to meet the specific need of the investor and involve relevant government agency like BOI, Revenue Department, Department of Business Development, and Bank of Thailand based on the investor requirement. This ensures that the investor receive direct guidance and support from all four government agencies at the same time. So I think this is one of the key advantages of the HQBIZ portal that enable direct communication and interaction between the companies and Thai government officers. And lastly, I would like to highlight another incentives that is related to IBC. Earlier this year, we introduced the revised long-term residence visa scheme, which specifically benefits expats working for IBC. Under this scheme, IBC's expats who qualify as highly skilled professional can enjoy the privileges offered by the LTR visa. And the LTR visa provides various advantages for professional. For example, 10-year visa permission to work in Thailand, 17% of personal income tax rate for highly skilled professional, and fast-track service at the airport. However, it is important to note that certain conditions such as minimum salary and work experience need to be met to qualify for the LTR visa scheme. And that brings me to the end of my presentation. If you're interested in applying for the regional headquarters scheme or have any further question, please visit our newly launched HQBIZ portal and book a consultation session with us. We are committing to providing support and facilitation to assist you in every possible way as you choose Thailand as the home for your regional headquarters. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nakosit. We will now hear from Mr. Akulaj Bunyasiri, Head of Tax Policy Group for the Revenue Department, who will present tax incentives for the international businesses.
Thank you, Mary, and good morning to you all. Thank you, BOI, for inviting me to join this webinar. The Revenue Department, together with the BOI, introduced the International Business Center or IBC scheme in 2019 to attract foreign direct investment to Thailand and to encourage multinational enterprises to establish headquarters in Thailand. As Kun Workon said, the Revenue Department is responsible for providing tax benefits. Until now, more than 200 companies have been approved tax benefits under this scheme. Next, please. So what is IBC? IBC is a company incorporated under Thai law to provide administrative services, technical services, supporting services, or financial management services to its associated enterprises, or to conduct international trade. The main business of IBC is either headquarters business, which provides administrative services, technical services, and supporting services, or licensed treasury center business, which needs a license from the Bank of Thailand to provide financial management services, or both. If an IBC does headquarters business or treasury center business, it can also do international trade business, but the Revenue Department provides international trade section of the IBC only personal income tax benefit. Next, please. And what are associated enterprises? IBC's associated enterprises can be its parent companies, its subsidiary companies, or its sister companies. Next, please. IBC will receive a reduction in corporate income tax rate from 20% on net profits from its eligible income. IBC's eligible income includes income derived from providing administrative services, technical services, supporting services, or financial management services to its associated enterprises in Thailand or overseas, as well as royalties received from its associated enterprises in Thailand or overseas, but only those royalties arising from the results of technological research and development carried out in Thailand. As I said, IBC's eligible income for corporate income tax reduction does not include income derived from conducting international trade. Next, please. The corporate income tax rate will be reduced from 20% to 8% if the IBC incurs expenditure paid to recipients in Thailand of 60 million baht, or to 5% if such expenditure is at least 300 million baht, or to 3% if such expenditure is at least 600 million baht. The corporate income tax rate applied in one accounting period may differ from those applied in other accounting periods, depending on the expenditure the IBC paid to recipients in Thailand in that accounting period. The IBC will also receive corporate income tax exemption on dividends received from its associated enterprises in Thailand or overseas. Next, please. In addition, the Revenue Department provides the IBC specific business tax exemption on gross receipts from providing financial management services to its associated enterprises in Thailand or overseas. The specific business tax is a tax on gross receipts from providing financial services. Next, please. Dividends paid by the IBC out of its eligible income to companies in foreign countries will be exempted from withholding tax. Also, interests paid by the IBC to companies in foreign countries from loans taken out by the Treasury Center under the IBC to lend to its associated enterprises in Thailand or overseas will be exempted from withholding tax. Next, please. Expats working for the IBC will receive a reduction in personal income tax rates from the progressive rates of 5 to 35% on net income to a flat rate of 15% on gross income. And next, please. The duration of IBC's tax benefits is 15 accounting period, quite long. Next, please. A company interested in the IBC scheme can file an application for tax benefits electronically through the Revenue Department's website. Next, please. The requirements for applying for tax benefits are having paid up capital of at least 10 million baht and having at least 10 knowledgeable and skilled employees, or at least 5 knowledgeable and skilled employees if the IBC acts only as a tertiary center. Next, please. And the requirements for enjoying tax benefits in each accounting period, in addition to 2 requirements I mentioned earlier, are incurring expenditure paid to recipients in Thailand of at least 60 million baht and having provided services to associated enterprise in Thailand or overseas in the accounting period. Next, please. If the IBC lacks any of the qualifications in any accounting period, its entitlement to tax benefits only in that accounting period will be suspended. I will end my presentation here. Thank you for your attention. Your questions are very welcome. And for further information, you can visit the IBC section on the Revenue Department's website, www.rd.go.th, or you can visit the HQ BIS portal as Kun Varagon mentioned earlier. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bunyasiri. Finally, I would like to invite Mr. Sheng Li, Vice President Global Retail and Exports of Tyson Foods, to tell us more about his company and his experiences of doing business in Thailand.
Thank you, Mary. Good day, everyone. My name is Sheng, and I'm the Vice President of Global Retail and Exports with Tyson Foods, based out of Bangkok. If you could actually just give me a second. What I would actually like to do today is to actually share a bit about Tyson as a company, and to actually talk a bit about our operations in Thailand, as we've actually been part of the IBC incentives. But before I actually start, I would like to actually do a very quick introduction of our company, Tyson Foods, and I have a short video for that.
The humble dinosaur nugget. It's probably what comes to mind when you think of Tyson Foods. So you might be surprised to know that this sensory expert is Tyson. That this certified culinologist,
That's a thing.
is Tyson. That this renowned chef is Tyson. And that this lead pepperoni maker who is living the dream is also Tyson. The juicy ribeye at this 5-star restaurant, Tyson. And the farm fresh meat at your local butcher, wait for it, Tyson. Hey, what are you guys doing? Leading Tyson's water conservation efforts? Carry on. Look at this packaging innovator origamiing for Tyson. Look at these people helping communities for Tyson. Look at this Tyson still working for Tyson. And this Tyson Discovery Center ideating.
Let me get back to this.
Ideating. These dietitians are Tyson. And these fellas. And that, and that, also that. Can I get one of those? Which led to this. Just a second. That's better. Yep, the protein they make helps power people and the world. Guess what? They're smart about it too. Biogas. Very eco-friendly of you guys. And by the look of things, they're just getting started. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you think of Tyson, know this is just a nugget of the larger picture. This is Tyson Foods.
Well, that was a quick introduction and overview of Tyson Foods. And we are actually a food production company and one of the largest protein companies based out of Springdale, Arkansas. And with more than 80 years of experience, we crossed $53 billion in revenue globally. And our products are currently distributed in more than 100 countries around the world. On the international front, we have multiple team members and across multiple countries, we currently employ 18,000 team members with revenue of more than $8 billion. And Thailand is one of our key markets, contributing to at least 10% of our total international sales. Now, as we actually look at it, the category or the business that we're actually in, global protein is expected to actually grow significantly over the next decade or so. While population is expected to grow, we are actually expecting consumption of protein to actually grow even faster. And the more exciting part about that is that we foresee that expanding international opportunities, especially in Southeast Asia, would actually be one of the key growth pillars for us as a company. Now, moving on to that, I would like to actually introduce a bit of our overview and our presence in Thailand. In Thailand specifically, Tyson Foods has two different entities that ranges from feed mill to primary processing and further processing, and we work very closely with contract farmers in the Thailand market. We currently export quite a lot of products out of Thailand, and our products are actually currently being sold into multiple channels globally. And we currently have about 20 markets that we have products being exported out of Thailand. Over the years, as we've actually expanded our operations in Thailand, we've invested in state-of-art infrastructure, and we've actually also upgraded our facilities to truly position ourselves in line with Thailand's goal to actually be a global food export hub. I think this was some of the things that were actually being mentioned a bit earlier. Our facilities are primarily centered around Greater Bangkok, but Thailand in general is a very strategic location for the business that we are in, because this allows good access, open access into multiple markets, both within Asia Pacific, Middle East, as well as into the European market. Now, these are, in case you're actually wondering, what is it that Tyson really produces? These are some examples of the products that we actually produce. Out of our facilities in Thailand, it's mainly on the poultry front. Some of it you would have probably consumed if you're actually in Thailand. And we also have our own branded range of products that are sold in retail stores around the country. Now, a couple of years back, we have actually decided as a company to establish our APAC or regional hub in Thailand as part of that IBC program that was actually being shared and mentioned earlier. Today, as a company, Tyson employs 8,000 employees in Thailand itself, and we have 9 different facilities ranging from primary processing, further processing, feed mill, and hatchery. And the products that are actually being manufactured out of Thailand right now is being exported to more than 20 countries, and we've actually had a pretty good run with 3-year CAGR of more than 12%. Now, what I would actually like to share is that as a company, we've benefited significantly with the support of the IBC. A lot of them has actually been shared earlier on. And in our office in Bangkok, this is where we currently have teams across different functions supporting our operations in different countries. That includes Malaysia, Middle East, as well as Australia. And we've actually found it to actually be a lot more efficient and productive for us, whereby we actually have a central team located out of Bangkok being able to support multiple businesses across different countries. Last but not least, this is an example of some of the things that we've actually been doing in Thailand. That's a picture of a vice president, head of the Thailand business unit, recently receiving the award from the Prime Minister of Thailand for high standards in safety. And I think the partnership that we've had as a company with BOI has laid the foundation for us to actually expand not only in Thailand, but across the region. I won't go through a lot of details, but I think a lot of them has actually been mentioned earlier on, be it from a tax and import duty incentive or expanding trade opportunities as we're actually looking at Thailand as a global hub. With the support from the BOI and being part of the IBC that we have established with our operations in Thailand, we're actually feeling fairly positive, very comfortable that we're actually set to be able to expand our presence across the region. That's what I actually have to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee. We asked registrants as you registered for this webinar to submit questions, and we've now chosen some of those questions for our panelists. So we'll now begin our Q&A session. The first question is for Ms. Nkosit. One important consideration for being a regional headquarter is that other incentives beyond those businesses oriented that the host country can offer. For instance, how much can Thailand facilitate working permits and visas for both short-term and long-term stays?
Okay, thank you. In addition to tax and non-tax incentive provided by the government for company applying for the regional headquarters scheme, we have taken several special measures to create a business-friendly environment in Thailand. One of these initiatives is that we have set up one-stop services center for visa and work permit in collaboration with the Immigration Bureau and the Ministry of Labor. This center offers a streamlined process for visa and work permit applications and renewals. With proper and complete documentation, applications can be processed within only 3 hours, saving time and effort for foreign investors. Moreover, for expat working in the IBC original headquarters, there are additional advantages. Typically, expat work in manufacturing and other service activities promoted by IBC will receive visa and work permits for only 1 or 2 years at a time. However, expat employed under IBC scheme can enjoy a 4-year visa and work permit. Furthermore, for long-term stay, highly skilled professionals working for IBC have the option to apply for the long-term residence visa scheme that expat can enjoy a various privilege like 10-year visa, a reduction in personal income tax rate, or access to some fast-track services for their convenience. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that answer, Ms. Nakose. Our next question is for Mr. Bonyasiri. Can I apply for the IBC incentives, even though it's not actually the sole regional headquarter, as I already have other headquarters in other countries nearby? Also, could the payment to 100% foreign-owned companies in Thailand be classified as the expenditure in Thailand?
Thank you, Mary. Although we think that Thailand is the best destination to establish regional headquarters, yes, you can have headquarters both in Thailand and in other countries at the same time. And for the second question, as long as the companies are based in Thailand, the expenditure paid to such companies can be classified as expenditure paid to recipients in Thailand, but you have to make a payment in Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bonyasiri, for that answer. Our final question is for Mr. Lee. Could you share some tips on recruiting local staff, particularly at the management level? And how easy is it to find your staff in Thailand?
Thanks, Mary. Now to actually start off with, we're actually quite proud as a company with the fact that out of the 8,000 team members that we have in Thailand, only a handful of them would actually be foreign expats. And one of the things that I've actually shared earlier, the picture of the gentleman who was receiving the award from the Prime Minister, he heads our Thailand business unit, and he is a local Thai that has actually grown within the Thai country community. And not only that, has actually been well exposed and traveled across managing businesses across multiple regions. On our side, we've actually been quite fortunate that a lot of our senior leaders across different functions that are not only supporting the Thai business, but currently in a role supporting the entire region are actually local Thai talents, be it in finance, marketing, or even sales and legal, for example. A lot of them have actually been able not only to support the local businesses, but have the ability and know-how to actually operate on a regional basis. Obviously, finding the talents are not necessarily the easiest, but I would actually say that they're actually a very strong pool of Thai talents out here in the market that has the ability and capability to actually support regional or even global businesses. And we are actually benefiting from the local talents that we actually have in Thailand in that sense.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Lee. And I want to extend a sincere thank you to all of our panelists today. Finally, we're going to have closing remarks by the directors of Thailand Board of Investment offices in Los Angeles and New York.
Yep, thank you, Mary. I think this is coming to an end of our webinar. I hope you enjoy this session. So the PowerPoint presented today will be available for download within a few days. So we will email everyone the links as soon as we post it online, along with the recording of this webinar. So if you have any further question about this webinar or would like to learn more about Thailand, so you can contact either the BOI LA office or the BOI New York office, depending on where you are located, as shown here. So the BOI LA is taking care of the western part of the US. And so you can either call us this number or email us this email address. And for the Eastern and the Midwest, so we have got a newly appointed director. So I would like to invite Mr. Nantapon to say a few words and end this webinar.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Director Ishod. And I like to say it's been a pleasure, having become one of the panelists and be able to give the final for the closing remark today on this webinar. First of all, I have to say thank you to all the panelists, all the speakers, especially those who are the attendees, participating at spending this precious time, to attend this webinar today on this International Business Center. It's not only the International Business Center, but I'm also saying that Thailand is, going to enhance the competitiveness and with the location for the easy market access, and with the modern infrastructure that you saw, and as well as Mr. Lee, who's the businessman and has expanded the project in Thailand. So it's secure, and hopefully this can benefit to those of you who are thinking of investing in the Southeast Asia, and for especially Thailand for expansion. So it's Thailand has over 200 plus activities. Therefore, I'm urge you to submit the application and see how can we take it off. How can we assist you? So you can get in touch with us at the BOI LA office or BOI New York office. So once again, thank you very much, and I hope this will conclude our webinar today, and I hope everybody have a good day. Thank you very much, and ขอบคุณครับทุกท่านสวัสดีครับ